Only one thing to do, send our intrepid Talk Today correspondent Nicholas Ellaby, who's from, well, he's in Oxfordshire right now. And this really has resonated this morning, Nick, with our viewers and our listeners. It's a disgrace. What are the people in the area you're in today? What are they concerned? What are they saying?
Yeah, morning, Jeremy. Morning, Nicola. You're right. This story resonates with everyone. Another story, just like potholes, that everybody is really, really keen to talk about. People are up in arms here in Oxfordshire. You know, we're looking at a local picture around Oxford, but actually the story is the same nationwide. Britain's waterways are becoming polluted. And as you're saying, those headline figures, it's getting worse, twice as worse. Last year, 3.6 million hours of sewage pumped into Britain's waterways. And actually, if you look at maps, this is just around Oxford. This is the Thames water around Oxford. These red dots you can see on this real-time alert are actually sewage being pumped out right now. And this is just in the area around the city of Oxford. So, you know, you can feel what it's like nationally. There's one place near here, it's been constant pumping of sewage into a stream for the last 3 weeks. So, you know, it's a shocking picture we're finding, and it's putting off people from going into the water. Lots of wild swimmers around here in Oxfordshire. We've been speaking to some of them and people who walk along the waterways here. And here's what they've told us about how they're feeling about this problem.
I've got a greyhound over there, and we used to have two. And a few weeks ago, he died, and he stopped eating just before Christmas, and within 3 weeks he was dead. And he was a great drinker of flood water and river water. And the vets, it was not conclusive, I have to say, but they said they couldn't rule out his liver was attacked, and it was quite scary.
And I just tend to not try to put my head under the water, or if it's really like a warm sunny day, I would do it, but keep my mouth closed, I guess. And when I tell others that I am swimming here, they're like, "Are you really?"
I come here 4 or 5 times a week, and Fred the dog, he obviously likes to have a splash around in the river, but I've noticed recently, more so than ever, that when he does go in, he seems to have upset stomach that night, through the night, and to the next morning. So I tend to keep him on the lead and prevent him from going in the water when it's in flood.
So you can see the depth of the problem, and also further down, these all feed into the Thames. Further down the Thames, organisers of the boat race this weekend have been told not to jump in, even in London, because of concerns about E. coli. And we've had those people telling us they don't let their dogs in anymore. We've got William Maxwell here, wild swimmer. Just tell us about the depth of this problem here, William.
Well, I've been river swimming my whole life, and recently, particularly when there was a kind of renaissance in getting out of doors after COVID, you notice the quality of the water continues to deteriorate. Now, it's been known that there's been challenges around the release of sewage for many years, and it is utterly depressing that the companies responsible are making money while our rivers are getting worse year on year, month by month it seems. Now, I want to enjoy coming out to the rivers that are ours in this country, yet I feel that I'm having to step into something that's dirty, you know, that's unhealthy for us. You know, that's a huge problem. It's not just a problem for me, it's a problem for the increasing number of people who want to enjoy nature, enjoy the joys of getting yourself where, having a swim, being out in nature, you know, and we're losing that. We're losing that in this country, and that's a shame.
William, thank you so much. I mean, you can feel the passion there. This is impacting on the nation's mental health. I've got Councillor Chris Jarvis of the Greens here in Oxford. What do you want done about this, Chris?
Well, frankly, it's a disgrace what we've seen with Thames Water. As you said at the start, they've more than doubled the number of hours they've been pumping sewage into our rivers. And frankly, we've seen for 35 years that the privatised water companies won't and can't take action to clean up our rivers. So clearly, the only solution we have is to take our water back into public ownership where it belongs. England and Wales are the only 2 countries in the entire world that has their water wholly in private ownership. It's time to bring it back into public hands.
OK, Chris, thank you so much again. So we've got nationalising water. It seems to be a popular policy. Lots of angry wild swimmers. Guys, just in a noise or a word, how are you feeling about this situation?
Well, cross.
Clean it up, clean it up.
Really angry. And one of the things that makes me most angry is that Thames Water had that money, but instead of spending it on upgrading the sewage infrastructure, it was pumping it out to its shareholders.
OK, thank you so much. So this huge strength of feeling. Thames Water do say they are taking action to improve the health of the rivers, and they have published plans to upgrade over 250 sites. But, you know, that's just on paper at the moment. The government are doing their best as well. But the strength of feeling here in Oxford and around the country, huge. This needs sorting out, guys.
Absolutely. Nick, thank you.
Thank you so much, Nick Ellaby in Oxfordshire there.
Did you hear what he said? Sorry, you know when things are said and then you go, in the boat race this weekend, the crews have been told don't go in the water. You don't remember that one? They're sinking because of E. coli. You saw people there really passionate. This is an utter disgrace.
Absolute disgrace. I'm all for renationalising the water industry. That is